In the shadows of scientific innovation and technological advancement, a profound question emerges. Are we on the brink of rewriting the very fabric of existence itself? Welcome to Alternative Notions. Today, we delve into a topic that straddles the boundaries of daunting breakthroughs with ethical uncertainties. This is not science fiction. This is the pursuit of resurrecting the extinct, reanimating the departed, and playing with the fundamental principles of life itself. Imagine, for a moment, a world where mammoths roam, and the metaverse promises a reunion with those we've lost. The resurrection of extinct species is not just a scientific ambition. It's a potential reality that's been underway since the earliest date told to the public, 1996. Simultaneously, in the corridors of tech giants, Mark Zuckerberg envisions a metaverse where the departed find a digital afterlife. But as we peer into this seemingly new world, we confront ethical questions that demand our utmost scrutiny. As the saying goes, nothing is new under the sun. How much of this has already been attempted in ancient days? Have there been warnings? Our journey today is not just through laboratories and digital landscapes. It's through the corridors of moral and spiritual dilemmas. AI-driven resurrections of celebrities bring them back to the silver screen, blurring the lines between fiction and reality. But as we marvel at the possibilities, we're compelled to ask, are we playing gods, or are we pushing the very boundaries of our existence? The ethical intricacies loom large, from the resurrection of extinct species to promises of a digital afterlife. Is this a leap into the future, a dangerous gamble with the natural order, or a responsibility we're not prepared for? As we explore these profound questions, one thing is clear: the choices we make today could redefine life as we know it. Join us as we embark on a serious exploration of science, technology, and morality. In a world where the dead can be brought back, the past can be rewritten, and the lines between creation and hubris blur. Where do we draw the line? In the realm of scientific endeavors, one concept stands out as both captivating and controversial: the notion of de-extinction. Imagine resurrecting long-lost species, a concept that gained widespread attention post-Jurassic Park. But, as we dive into the intricacies, it becomes clear that reality is far more intricate than fiction. The allure of bringing back extinct species reached new heights with the cinematic wonder of Jurassic Park in 1993. A world where dinosaurs walked among us, resurrected through DNA wizardry. However, the real-world challenges of de-extinction quickly emerged, shrouding the concept in complexity. Obtaining viable DNA samples from extinct animals presents a colossal hurdle. DNA, the building block of life, breaks down over time. This scarcity of intact genetic material poses a fundamental challenge to the recreation of extinct species. Cloning, historically, gained more attention in the early 20th century when advances in biotechnology, particularly in the field of cloning and genetic engineering, were explored for new possibilities. Dolly, the first mammal to be cloned from an adult somatic cell using a technique called somatic cell nuclear transfer, was born on July 5, 1996. This event marked a significant breakthrough in cloning technology and sparked discussions about its potential applications, including the possibility of cloning or resurrecting extinct species. The attempt to clone the Pyrenean ibex, extinct since 2000, resulted in a cloned embryo with initial success but a quick end due to a lung defect. A stark reminder of the technical and ethical pitfalls associated with cloning extinct species. Now, many view genetic engineering as a potential savior in the pursuit of de-extinction. Enter Colossal Biosciences, a company aiming to resurrect the woolly mammoth by inserting cold-tolerant genes into modern Asiatic elephants. A hybrid creation that raises ethical eyebrows, questioning the consequences of altering the genetic blueprint of living beings. Yet, beyond the technical intricacies, ethical concerns cast a shadow over the de-extinction narrative. Is altering the genetic makeup of living animals a Pandora's box we dare open? Critics argue that the focus should shift to conserving existing endangered species, labeling de-extinction a potential diversion from more pressing conservation efforts. And then, the grand debate: does de-extinction have ecological justification? Critics warn of potential disruptions to ecosystems that have evolved significantly since the extinction of these species. The reintroduction of once extinct beings could send shockwaves through existing ecological balances, with unintended consequences for various species. As we navigate the labyrinth of de-extinction, the clash of technical limitations, ethical quandaries, and ecological concerns forms a complex tapestry. For many, the allure persists, but so do the questions. Is de-extinction a daring leap forward, or should we tread carefully in the delicate dance between science and the natural order? Scientists have recently achieved a milestone in the realm of de-extinction. Their focus? The elusive thylacine, also known as the Tasmanian tiger. What sets this achievement apart is not just the extraction of DNA, as done with other extinct species, but the extraction of RNA, the essential key to gene expression and the potential creation of a living, breathing creature. Genetic manipulation, a term that resonates with potential far beyond its public image. CRISPR technology allows scientists to edit genes with unprecedented precision. The extraction of RNA from the remains of a thylacine represents a huge advancement in our ability to understand and potentially resurrect extinct species. Unlike DNA, RNA is the orchestrator of genetic information, directing the synthesis of proteins that shape the development and functioning of living organisms. But, as with any scientific breakthrough, it raises profound questions. One such philosophical puzzle is whether a resurrected species would exhibit behaviors reminiscent of its extinct counterpart or adopt the characteristics of modern species. The very nature of behavior, adaptation, and survival in a changed environment comes into play. Consider this: the world in which the extinct species once thrived has evolved. The climate, ecosystems, and dynamics have shifted. What happens when a resurrected species finds itself in a world different from the one it knew? It's a question that demands careful consideration and exploration. Beyond philosophy, ecological impacts are a significant concern. The ecological niche that the extinct species once occupied might have found new inhabitants. Reintroducing a resurrected species without due diligence could lead to it becoming invasive, disrupting the delicate balance of ecosystems. Invasiveness can have far-reaching consequences, from altering food chains to outcompeting native species for resources. This brings us to the critical intersection of scientific ambition and ecological responsibility. As many celebrate the strides made in the extraction of RNA, we must also acknowledge the multitude of questions that remain. The ethical implications, potential ecological disruptions, and the welfare of the resurrected species demand our attention. Scientists and policymakers will grapple with these questions, striving for a delicate balance between the past and the future, if it can even exist. Continuing on with de-extinction, we'll look at the quagga and the aurochs. Once lost to history, who are now on the brink of a comeback. But, as we unravel this genetic tapestry, again we must also scrutinize the implications of playing Mother Nature. Scientists now contemplate the resurrection of species like the quagga, a plains zebra subspecies, and the aurochs, a colossal cattle species that once dominated Eurasia. Enter the Quagga Project, a South African conservation initiative that embarked on a quest to recreate the quagga, extinct since the late 19th century. Through selective breeding, zebras with quagga-like characteristics, named Rao quaggas, have emerged. The project meticulously aims to mimic the quagga's distinct appearance, a pattern of stripes only on the front half of the body, resembling a living puzzle. Selective breeding becomes an art, with the project not only focusing on visual resemblances but also delving into genetic analysis. The goal is to maintain genetic diversity and ensure that the resurrected quagga isn't just a visual mimicry but a true descendant. On the other side of the spectrum stands the aurochs, a colossal cattle species that faded into extinction in the 17th century. Restoration efforts take a dual approach: selective breeding and genome editing. The Toros program and the Taurus project set out to revive the aurochs through selective breeding. Existing cattle breeds are chosen for aurochs-like characteristics, gradually resurrecting the species' colossal size, long horns, and robust build. Simultaneously, the Urus project dives into the realm of genome editing. By dissecting the DNA of ancient auroch specimens, scientists aim to identify key genetic traits. Enter CRISPR, that revolutionary tool that enables the introduction of these ancient traits into the DNA of contemporary cattle, creating beings mirroring the original aurochs. But what are the implications of resurrecting these giants? When we think of genetic modifications for de-extinction efforts, it's natural to inquire about efforts made to conserve human life. In the heart of Berlin, the company, Tomorrow Biostasis, is at the forefront of cryopreservation. The process is fascinating. Immediate response to a demise, bodies swiftly transported to Switzerland and immersed in liquid nitrogen. It's a chilling process, pun intended, designed to halt all biological activity. How do we navigate the thin line between science fiction and reality? Will the freezing and thawing process wreak havoc on delicate cells? These are the questions that scientists are actively wrestling with. Cryopreservation is no cakewalk. Ice crystals forming during the freezing process could spell irreversible damage to tissues. Researchers are on a relentless quest to refine techniques, ensuring a delicate balance between preservation and potential harm. But let's not sidestep the elephant in the room: ethics. Cryopreservation sparks profound ethical questions. Does tampering with the fundamental forces of life and death defy the natural order? Is it a journey into the unknown, pushing the boundaries of morality and humanity? Interestingly enough, Tomorrow Biostasis has a clientele primarily from the tech industry, motivated by a desire to capitalize on future medical advancements. Young individuals, many in their mid-30s, have placed their bets on a future where death is not the end. Moving into the sphere of AI, what efforts are being made to preserve the life, or likeness, I should say, in humans? In the ever-evolving realm of technology, artificial intelligence, AI, has reached a point where it can resurrect deceased film stars as digital clones. Let's delve into a controversial landscape where James Dean, who passed in 1955, is set to star in a new movie, Back to Eden, brought back to life through the power of AI. But as we witness this digital reincarnation, we're left questioning the very essence of creativity and the ethical implications that come with it. In a cinematic twist, James Dean is making a comeback, not through lost footage but as a digital clone in a new movie. The process involves AI algorithms meticulously analyzing existing footage, photographs, capturing facial expressions, body movements, and even the nuances of his voice. The result? A virtual James Dean ready to be directed by the living. Yet, this technological leap isn't without its skeptics, particularly within the film industry. Actors and screenwriters fear that the rise of AI could cast a shadow over the livelihoods of living performers, potentially sidelining them in favor of algorithms that replicate the performances of the deceased. The concern goes beyond economics. It strikes at the very heart of creativity and original storytelling. If AI can perfectly mimic the charm, talent, and charisma of iconic actors like James Dean, does it diminish the demand for new talent and the pursuit of fresh narratives? It's a question that echoes through the studios and sets, reverberating through the corridors of an industry grappling with the intersection of technology and art. Are actors only as meaningful as their likeness? Are people only as valuable as their likeness? Is likeness good enough? Beyond the studios, a profound ethical dilemma emerges. Who owns the rights to someone's face, voice, and persona after they've departed? In the case of James Dean's digital clone, who holds the reins over his career after death? The questions are complex, delving into legal intricacies and moral considerations. The digital resurrection of deceased actors is not entirely new. We've witnessed glimpses of it with CGI bringing back stars like Carrie Fisher and Paul Walker. However, the entry of James Dean's digital clone represents a seismic shift. It's not confined to the silver screen. It ventures into interactive platforms like augmented reality and gaming, blurring the lines between the past and the present. As we navigate this brave new world where AI breathes life into our memories, we must confront the profound implications. What does it mean for the future of entertainment, for the rights of actors, and for the very soul of creativity? In the same realms of virtual reality, Mark Zuckerberg, the visionary CEO of Meta, has hinted at a concept that blurs the lines between the living and the departed. In a groundbreaking interview within his brainchild, the metaverse, Zuckerberg and podcaster Lex Fridman explored the profound possibilities of this virtual frontier. The metaverse, conceived by Zuckerberg's company, Meta, isn't just a virtual space. It's an immersive reality where individuals, represented by 3D avatars, can work, play, and socialize. It's a realm where the boundaries between the physical and digital begin to dissolve. In this groundbreaking conversation, the notion of bringing back the deceased virtually took center stage. Lex Fridman, the inquisitive podcaster, expressed a profound curiosity about communicating with loved ones who have passed away within the metaverse. Zuckerberg acknowledged the potential emotional benefits but raised cautionary flags. The 3D hyper-realistic avatars, a product of Meta's codec avatar research, facilitated this unprecedented discussion. While the conversation touched upon the potential solace it could bring to grieving individuals, Zuckerberg emphasized the need for rigorous study. Zuckerberg, cognizant of the complexities surrounding grief, urged a deeper understanding of the implications. Grieving, he noted, is a deeply personal experience, and the idea of virtually interacting with the departed requires careful ethical consideration and examination of potential psychological effects. The interview also shed light on Meta's ongoing efforts to advance avatar technology. While head-to-torso scans allowed for the creation of 3D avatars, Meta is actively working on extending this technology to capture the entirety of the body in the metaverse. Zuckerberg expressed optimism that future advancements might even allow for the scanning process through mobile phones, democratizing access to this virtual frontier. As we stand on the precipice of a digital revolution, the conversation between Zuckerberg and Fridman forces us to confront not just the technical marvels of the metaverse but also the profound ethical and emotional implications it carries. Virtual resurrection, a concept both intriguing and challenging, prompts a collective contemplation on the nature of existence and the boundaries between the tangible and the virtual. In the vast landscape of artificial intelligence, startups are delving into a realm that challenges the boundaries of life and death. Using advanced AI algorithms, companies like Deep Brain AI, Storyfile, and Replica are attempting to recreate the essence of the deceased, providing an eerie likeness to comfort those grappling with grief. However, as we delve into this emerging field, the ethical implications loom large. Let's embark on a journey into the intricate world of AI-driven startups seeking to recreate the presence of loved ones lost. The methodologies are diverse, ranging from analyzing video footage to training AI chatbots on text messages. The goal is ambitious: to resurrect the essence of a person, if not the person themselves. Companies like Deep Brain AI and Storyfile employ sophisticated machine learning techniques to scrutinize hours of video footage of the deceased. Facial expressions, voice patterns, and mannerisms are meticulously studied to birth a virtual version of the person, one that can respond to questions and engage in conversations. The intention is clear: to mimic the personality of the departed and offer a semblance of comfort to those navigating the complex terrain of grief. Another avenue leads us to AI chatbots, such as Replica, which draw their essence from text messages, emails, and social media posts of the departed. Trained on the linguistic nuances of the deceased, these chatbots simulate conversations, providing a digital space for individuals to reminisce and feel connected to their loved ones. The frontier of this technological quest even extends to the creation of virtual clones while individuals are still alive. By leveraging AI algorithms to analyze vast datasets, including social media posts, photos, and videos. These virtual clones aim to capture not just a person's external features but also their personality, memories, and experiences. The objective is to forge a digital entity capable of continued interaction with loved ones post-mortem. While these technological endeavors promise a semblance of comfort and solace, they unfurl a tapestry of ethical questions. Critics argue that creating digital replicas blurs the lines between reality and fiction, potentially impeding the natural grieving process, as interacting with artificial representations might distort emotional healing. Ethical questions surrounding consent emerge, as using personal data to create digital replicas poses challenges in obtaining explicit permission and ensuring privacy. Privacy risks and the possibility of data breaches add another layer of concern, with the potential misuse of personal information for malicious purposes. The potential for misuse or abuse of these technologies raises additional red flags. There's a risk of emotional manipulation, as algorithms guiding interactions may prioritize user engagement over long-term emotional well-being. The creation of digital replicas opens avenues for fraud and exploitation, with malevolent actors leveraging this technology for deceptive practices. There's a concern about a reduction in authentic human connections as reliance on AI-driven simulations for comfort may impact the depth of genuine relationships. Additionally, the introduction of AI-driven replicas may disrupt traditional grieving rituals, potentially altering social and cultural norms related to death and mourning, with unintended consequences for how societies collectively navigate loss and remember the departed. In navigating these challenges, balancing technological innovation with ethical responsibility becomes paramount. As they grapple with the potential to redefine human relationship with loss, it becomes imperative to scrutinize the boundaries and ponder the profound implications that lie ahead. In the timeless tapestry of human contemplation, the notion of virtual AI resurrection and the revival of extinct species through gene manipulation echoes a profound curiosity that has transcended centuries. Even now, mind uploading has become more than just a sci-fi concept. Companies like Neuralink, led by Elon Musk, set their intention of merging human consciousness with artificial intelligence. Much like the age-old ponderings found in ancient texts, which intricately explored the resurrection of the deceased, these modern endeavors venture into the intricate dance between life and death. The concept of reanimating the departed, once confined to the realms of mythologies, religious scriptures, and philosophical treatises, has now found resonance in the cutting-edge realms of artificial intelligence and genetic manipulation. Both ancient wisdom and contemporary innovation grapple with questions that transcend time, the boundaries between mortality and immortality, the ethical considerations surrounding the manipulation of life, and the profound implications of tampering with the natural order. In the Epic of Gilgamesh, an ancient Sumerian tale, the quest for immortality becomes a central theme. Gilgamesh, the king of Uruk, embarks on a journey to discover the secret of eternal life after witnessing the death of his friend Enkidu. The epic raises questions about the human longing for immortality and the consequences of challenging the natural order. Whether in the hymns of the Rig Veda, the teachings of Confucius, or the oral traditions of indigenous cultures, the notion of life after death or the possibility of resurrection has left its imprint on the collective wisdom of humanity. These ancient texts serve as both mirrors and guides, reflecting our perennial fascination with the mysteries that lie beyond the mortal veil. However, it's essential to acknowledge that not all ancient perspectives warmly discuss the idea of intervening with nature or resurrecting the dead. Some texts cautioned against playing with the natural order and disrupting the delicate balance crafted by cosmic forces. It's imperative to heed the echoes of ancient texts and traditions that whisper warnings about meddling with the sacred dance between mortality and immortality. For instance, certain passages in the Tao Te Ching, attributed to Laozi, emphasize the harmony of the natural way and caution against manipulating the natural course of events. The idea of Wu Wei, or non-interference, underscores the wisdom of allowing nature to unfold without unnecessary intervention. Taoism and aligning with the natural way. In Taoism, the Tao teaches us to align with the natural order. Disturbing the cosmic rhythm without understanding the Tao's harmony may lead to unintended consequences. Shinto's respect for the sacred in nature. In Shinto, nature is sacred, housing spirits called kami. Altering the natural balance risks disrespect to these spirits residing in the elements. Hinduism's embrace of life cycles. Hinduism, with its rich tapestry of traditions, often emphasizes the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth. Some perspectives warn against disrupting this cosmic dance. Buddhism's embrace of impermanence. Buddhism reminds us of impermanence. Attempting to manipulate the natural order might be seen as resisting the flow of life and hindering spiritual progress. Kabbalah's call for acceptance. Kabbalah, rooted in Jewish mysticism, encourages acceptance of life and death as part of a divine plan, cautioning against tampering with the natural order. Hopi wisdom and living in harmony. Similarly, indigenous traditions often carry a deep respect for the interconnectedness of all life forms and the cycles of nature. Some caution against tampering with the balance of ecosystems, as it may have unforeseen consequences. The Hopi, stewards of ancient wisdom, emphasize living in harmony with nature. Disturbing this balance has repercussions for both the natural and spiritual realm. Islam. Islamic philosophy often emphasizes the wisdom in the natural order, urging humility in the face of the divine plan. In our pursuit of scientific advancements, the voices of the ancients remind us to tread carefully and thoughtfully. The delicate dance between the past and the present calls for a balanced approach that respects both the wisdom of bygone eras and the possibilities that lie on the horizon of discovery. As we navigate the uncertain terrain, it's a reminder that the pursuit of eternal life is not a mere myth but a potential reality lurking in the recesses of scientific exploration. What secrets do you believe are concealed in the pursuit of immortality? How do you feel about science's latest advancements? Share your theories, and let's delve deeper into the unknown together. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up, like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep seeking the truths that lie beneath the surface. Thank you for watching.